Little does she know that if the womb was her dream, this is her life. Her innocent eyes light up as she puts one coin after the other in her piggy bank made of mud. Wow, kid, you're so rich. What will you do with all this money? Her parents ask her. Hugging the piggy bank close to her chest with her tiny hands, she says, I will build us a palace one day. For a kid who has grown up watching a lot of television, my idea of palace was the film city set of B.R. Chopra's Mahabharat. I also thought that Lord Krishna or Nitish Bhardwaj would be my chauffeur. You see, at the age of 4, unreal and failure are just complex words and not verbs. So when paisa started becoming obsolete in India, an adult would have thought of it as a failure. But my stubborn 4-year-old self used a hammer to break open my piggy bank made of mud. I asked my nanny to count the coins because, well, as a 4-year-old, I did not know how many paise equal to a rupee. 1,000 rupees, Nani declared. Sobbing at the loss of my beloved piggy bank, I gathered the coins in the length of my frock and went to Dad. Dad, can you please turn these coins into notes? When I have a palace of my own, you can give it back to me. Dad smiled and promised, never revealing the secret that 1,000 rupees won't even get me a day worth of labor. You see, my dreams, they were big, but my hands and intelligence, really small. 2 years later, my mother asked me, so what will your palace be like? Gleefully, I replied, Mumbai, 100 bedrooms, a sea-facing balcony, a walk-in closet like Hannah Montana, and underground chocolate store. Mom smiled. She handed me a 5-rupee note, perhaps, for weaving dreams that she had stopped living long ago. You see, my mom and Nani, they had once lived in a palatial bungalow that was built upon 75 acres of land. Perhaps the lavishness, it ran in the blood. But as years passed by, my dreams, they started accumulating a dust of reality. My dad told me, no more watching television all day. If you don't get good grades, you can forget your palace. And that was it. Books became my best friend and my piggy bank an estranged lover. And all that remained of my palace were just empty rooms that we roam in like ghosts. Few years later, my mom lost her job. She was too self-respecting to ask my dad for any money. So several estranged summers later, I opened my piggy bank. I took out the 10,000 rupees and handed it to Mom and said, Mom, can you keep this for me? When I have a palace of my own, you can give it back to me. Mom smiled, and in that moment, it had dawned upon both of us that the concept of reality has finally become clear to me. I never stored anything in my piggy bank after that. Whatever pocket money I would collect, I would hand it over to my nanny. Distressed, my nanny would always ask me, Beta, but what about your palace? Dida, you keep it for now. When I have a palace of my own, you can give it back to me. I would say this nonchalantly and go back to my textbooks, and would often wonder how the piggy bank had gone from symbolizing my innocence to maturity to lies. So this liar went to a premium law school of India and became a lawyer and landed a job at a top-notch law firm in Nariman Point. One vacation when I visited home, Nani asked me, so now that you have a job of your own, the palace must be on the way, right? When you have a palace of your own, you will call me, right? I choked up a little. How could I tell my nanny that I was not going to take up the job? You see, I always wanted to become a scriptwriter, not a lawyer. I mean, it doesn't come as a surprise, right? I used to gorge on television all day, and I had built my palace in my head at the age of 4. So I told Nani, the palace is going to take some time, but here is my first paid internship check. Nani choked up. Her wrinkly eyes creased into a frown, and she started weeping tears of joy. Next, I spoke to my parents. Dad, Mom, I want to become a scriptwriter. You see, that wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. Dad asked me, will that make you happy? Yes, I said. Okay then. And with that okay then, I came to Mumbai without a job in hand. Soon, I started writing television shows. Those television shows that Nani and I used to watch in between my study breaks. But by then, Nani had turned me into a ghost in her memory. I could never tell her that now I'm a scriptwriter. A few months later, I released my first web series. Suddenly, I was the youngest writer in the circuit. I started writing a lot of television shows after that and started drawing a good amount of money and too many zeros in the figure of the checks. In the anticipation of a check that was about to come, I finally booked my dream house. It was on the 13th floor, it was sea-facing, it was fully furnished, and it was a 3 BHK. It was 2,500 square feet of lavishness. It had swanky kitchen appliances, furnitures, and mattresses that felt like pixie dust and dreams. I thought, as soon as I clear the deposit, I will call Mom, Dad, and Nani home. But while I was building up dreams about a house that would soon turn into a home, my phone rang. It was my father's voice at the other end, as if from a different time, a different place. He said, Nani has passed away. The reality jolted through my body like jagged edges of a shattered dream. Let's just say that the couple of weeks that followed are still a complete blur. To make everything worse, the show got stalled, so did my paycheck. I managed the deposit amount from my savings, but I was still falling short by a few thousand rupees. Of course, I wouldn't ask my parents. I was my mother's daughter after all. So I poured myself a glass of wine and sat in the balcony as I stared at the soft city lights. I thought to myself, is this the end? Just then, someone rang the doorbell. A courier guy quickly shoved a parcel in my hands and walked away. Sitting inside the parcel was my piggy bank and a letter. When I opened the piggy bank, I found a stash of notes. It was the exact amount that I was falling short of. I read the letter. Stretched behind me was a majestic row of skyscrapers. Dear Beta, we found this piggy bank amongst Nani's belongings. It turns out she had been storing all the money that you have been giving her since childhood. It also contains the amount of your first paycheck. Remember how you had given me and Mom 11,000 rupees to save and perhaps give it back to you when you have a palace of your own? Well, we thought this would be the perfect time. Congratulations on your dream house. Keep dreaming. Keep writing. I folded the letter and kept it back in my bag. I thought how a stubborn 4-year-old had brought victory to a lost 20-something. I sat in the balcony and dialed a number. My mother's voice on the other end of the phone. Soon, Dad joined in. in front of me, there was the city of dreams glowing in all its glory. Thank you so much.